Dace, heading into a couple of weeks break, we wanted a win to head into that, I suppose, our own little international break, and we've got just that. Your thoughts on that win against Welling?
There was passages of it where we were really good, created chances where we could have put the game to bed. It could have been 3 or 4 at half time really, with them going down to 10 men, and then chances at the start of the second half. One thing that we said to the boys was that if you stop playing and stop doing the principal stuff of what we're based on, you allow the game to get interesting. And we went through a spell where we did that, and they rightfully got into it. And then we just got a bit more of a grip on the press and managed to kill the game off. So yeah, I think out of all the wins that we've had, probably the one that I found most frustrating, but I'm also not going to knock not only another win, another home win, another 3 goals, and with quite bare bones numbers wise, and featuring a lot of players that have not played too much football. I've got to give massive credit to my staff and the boys.
We'll touch on individuals then. We'll firstly touch on the guy who's got a brace, Cookie. I spoke to him before the game. I joked with him on Monday at the Youth Cup about obviously the penalty on Saturday against Whitstable. He said if he got one today, he was going to smash it home, and he did just that. And overall, he was very influential, wasn't he?
Yeah, look, the great thing about Cookie is he's very versatile. He can play right back, he can play as a winger, he can play central. He's been unlucky to have a little bit of a hit and miss start here with his suspension and then getting 2 dead legs. But he's cropped up with two big moments for us today. It's very easy to miss a penalty and then not fancy the next one. It's the one part of information that we don't give them. We allow them to decide who takes the penalty, and I thought we put it away brilliantly. And ultimately he scored the goal at the end that's given us a bit of breathing space. So he's effective in the air, he was effective when we got the ball to his feet. He's intelligent beyond his years, and a big part of the changing room.
We'll touch then on the other, not the other. Did he score? Oh, he did score. He did. Sorry, I've completely forgot what happened. Touching the other goal scorer, obviously with Naira in suspension, it's given chances for other lads, and Amadou has had one hell of a performance. Club secretary Joe, time before the game, he always scores against Dulwich, and now he's finally scored for Dulwich, and overall a great performance from him.
Similar to Cookie, he's had a frustrating time with doing really well throughout pre-season, and then coming in and getting concussed and losing him for 21 days. So his kind of match fitness disappeared, and then the difficulty is then coming into play when a team's firing, and if it's not broken, you don't change it or you don't fix it. We brought Amo in for a certain role within the team, similar to Manny Mensah, and we got that performance from Amadou today. And he can score goals. He got 8 or 9 last year. I actually think he could have ended up quite comfortably with a brace today. But the energy that he gave us is different to what we have from other players, and it just shows the squad depth that we have here, that once everybody is now fit and raring to go, we've got some headaches.
You've touched on the squad being fit and ready to go. So you named a full bench, but really, even you said yesterday Manny might not get on, you should really only had 13 to play with, 12 to play with really. How has this squad managed to have such a good start to the season with really the bare bones kind of playing where we really need them to?
Because they've been prepared, I guess. From the very first session, the principles are put into place. We didn't do a tremendous amount of running. We definitely got the fitness in with our strength and conditioning coaches, but ultimately we worked straight away on our principles, and although we look slightly different based on different personnel, the principles don't change. So what it comes down to is the setup of what we want them to do, principles what we want them to do, the confidence and momentum of we've been successful in more games than we haven't. And then ultimately it's just your basics of football, of understanding that running is significantly easier when you're winning compared to if you're nervy or if you're chasing. So they'll find it in them, and then we didn't feel it was right in the moment to put Gio and Manny under that kind of pressure at 2-1. And then as soon as it became 3 and we knew there was 10 minutes left, it's a great opportunity to be able to give them boys that need the minutes that with pressure off. Ultimately it's a huge credit to my staff, but it's just as big a credit to the players for taken on board what they've been taught from the day that we arrived in the back end of June. And you're starting to see a Dulwich side play attacking football, but start to have an identity. And ultimately, that identity doesn't change whoever's on the pitch.
The other one I want to mention is Solly as well. I thought he was a very influential performance where he had to kind of step into the shadow of Luke. He obviously had his 3-game suspension started today.
Yeah.
I thought he was really versatile and really key to us when we got going forward.
Again, I kind of echo the Cookie and Amadou situation. Solly missed all the last season through injury, and he is naturally a winger who wants to cut in from the left side. But when you have somebody like Luke, it's always going to be difficult to take that person's shirt. So he's done an incredible job on the right. 2 assists from him today, which will be a massive confidence boost. And when we look at the squad depth of what we've got, to be missing the bodies that we're currently missing, and then still have boys that are coming back that are not quite match ready, for them 3 to all contribute to the goals, it's a huge credit to the change room and huge credit to them all as individuals.
And then finally, we'll touch on the support today. Predictions said it was going to be about 2,829. Probably might get called out for it. I believe this was our first ever over 3,000 crowd in September, especially early September. It's unheard of for us. How big were the supporters today, and how big have they been in the first 6 weeks of your career here at Dulwich? Yeah,
massive. We sit in the change room before the game, like that the boys are starting to break records within the clubs of attendances at a certain time, and that comes from the fact that the community is coming out, because the community are now understanding what's being produced on the pitch. You know, it's not just it's a great day out and it's a good place to get a beer and watch a game of football. You're being entertained now, and that's the one thing I kind of promise from start to finish. And the whole time that we can keep doing that, they'll still keep coming in their numbers, and you know, it's great. Honestly, there isn't many clubs like this, definitely around where we live, and hopefully they'll enjoy the rest of their evening in what they've done, and they'll follow us once we're back home and away, even when the weather starts to turn. But yeah, we're very grateful of what we have and the privilege that we have with this club, with the numbers that come through the door.
What are the plans then for the next 2 weeks until we head to Cheshunt in 2 Saturdays' time, so a weekend off next week? What's the plans for the squad?
Recovery is important for all of them, and then things that maybe we've not quite had the time to work on gives us a small period now to be able to get different aspects into the game, because you're so quick paced with the first games of the season over kind of like a 10-game period. It is a lot of recovery. It is a lot of just being able to prepare for one game at a time, and not actually, you know, we're kind of going back to like a very mini pre-season of just being able to work on a few more principles, a few more fundamentals, and then when we come back, after the break and we play again, we should be better on numbers, and we should be better equipped for certain things that we feel need working on from the opening 6-7 games.
Perfect. Dacey, we'll let you enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Very well done. Cheers, buddy.